Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Last Summer, and this is a new drama thriller from writer-director Catherine Breillat, and this film focuses on Anne, played by Leah Drucker, who plays a successful lawyer who we're introduced to early on, who helps young women in particularly unsavory cases of sexual abuse and assault, who winds up having an affair with her stepson, played by Samuel Kircher, as he's visiting Anne and her husband Pierre, played by Olivier Rabourdin, out in the countryside in France during the summer. And this film, first off, is gorgeous. It's really well shot, and cinematographer Jean Lapierre does such a great job of every single movement of the camera feels so precise. It feels so calculated. It's showing you exactly what it needs to show you. How the camera captures the intimacy. And there's some shots here that are prolonged, especially in scenes of sexual lust and bliss, that really allows us to become so part of this sexual experience, and the longer it goes, works in the context of this lustful experience, because Anne is somebody who is not fully sexually satisfied in her marriage with Pierre, and these experiences that she has with her stepson bring her to places that she hasn't felt in a long time. And the camera really lingers on her and her pleasure and focusing on that. And Drucker in those moments has to do so much acting of really capturing, to get graphic, the orgasm, the lust that is being expressed in those moments. Her performance is quite impressive because she goes from this intense woman, this powerful woman, to moments of weakness and joy and lust, and there's some hardened moments where she winds up placing herself in this chess match against Theo, the stepson, in a bed of lies and these gambits of back and forth with each other. Along with how gracefully this camera works, the sound is beautiful. It really captures the nature. You hear birds in the background. There's so many little details, auditory and visually, that help craft scenes in engaging in new ways. As I mentioned before, I think Drucker's performance is incredible. I think Kircher develops as really insecure and aggressive sexual kind of being in Theo, who certainly is very raw with his emotions and isn't very much in control of them. You have Rob Bourdin, who plays Pierre, who's a bit distant, a little hardened, but there's one particular moment where he breaks down, and this performance is so convincing emotionally. And a little shout out to their two adopted young daughters. These two little Asian girls are so adorable, like insanely adorable throughout this film. And every time they're on screen, they just bring a spark of joy. But it's this taboo story that feels familiar, because like this isn't like, oh my god, a woman having an affair with her stepson. It's like, it's not something that's unfamiliar to screens, per se. And I don't know if this film, in certain ways, really finds new and inventive ways to go about this story. It turns into these twisting tales of lies and power moves between these two characters, to the point where this leaves you in a really challenging place in terms of who has the control in this situation between Anne and Theo. And it's a complex relationship. And there's moments of really uncomfortable experiences, and nobody's in the right here. there's so many people doing wrong things in this film, and I feel like what makes it even more complicated for Anne is the nature of her work and finding herself on the opposite end of such of an experience. But her feeling like she's on the side of her clients, feeling like she's violated by this lustful young man who will not take no for an answer, because there's moments where he certainly is that way, and it all leads up to a really uncomfortable final couple of sequences in this film that leaves you feeling dirty and really trying to process exactly what this film is trying to say and trying to navigate. But this film is gorgeous from a filmmaking standpoint and so evocative in some of these shots that we see, and these performances are so full of emotion. It just pulls you in and crafts something quite unique and interesting and engaging along the way, even to overcome a story that might not feel as familiar anymore, but still has its impact in this film. But those are my thoughts on Last Summer. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.